Good morning, guys, and Merry Christmas. Christmas Day here, well, Christmas morning. Beautiful, beautiful day. Very peaceful today, no noise. Or maybe, let's hope not. Yeah, it's beautiful. How are you all doing today? How was your night? It was a really, really interesting week for me here of kind of loving but hard work working on the power of Moldavite. It's been really interesting because it's been bringing up many different stories that I once held dear to me, and then you forget about stories, right? And then you work on one story and all of a sudden another story comes, and it's kind of like evolving every single day. So the book's going to be really interesting. Not only is it going to have many true stories, but it's also going to give you lots of tips how to work with Moldavite, which is really good because a lot of people have asked me questions over the Moldavite videos, hundreds of questions. So what I've done is compiled a list of answering all your questions. So it's going to be like a little Bible of understanding of how to work with Moldavite in very different ways as well. It also talks about my belief of the power of Moldavite, what it does and how it works, sometimes where it may vibrate to, and all the amazing things that it holds deep within it. One of the things that is going to be controversial, and a lot of you keep saying all the time, is that it's not a crystal. I have no interest in science because I just don't. My science is my own. I don't look at science as what mineral or whether it's a tactite, or I just call it a crystal because it feels right. It feels right, and because I work with so many other crystals as well, it feels in the same energy as a crystal. It holds memory. It works very hard towards blasting away your negativity. It raises your vibration like many other crystals do. So I like to call it a crystal. I really do. But for me, it's the crystal of crystals. It's something extremely unusual in so many ways. And the fascinating thing is that because I've worked with so many crystals over the years, this one has always been one which has been by my side or around my neck. So there's something in that. Why is that? If it wasn't, then, if it wasn't as powerful as a crystal, then I wouldn't have even touched it. I would have just put it away and worked with other crystals, but it's always been around me and it's done some amazing things, and thus the stories that I'm recalling now are just so profound. I think you're going to really find this book really interesting and funny as well, because there's a lot of great stories in there which blew me away. And also it's light as well, it's not heavy, and ultimately Moldavite in the end always brings lightness into your life, even though you might feel it's causing you great pain and suffering. It doesn't. All that pain and suffering is nothing to do with Moldavite. It's simply the Moldavite is awakening your fears, worries, blocks, issues, and then all of a sudden you think it's the Moldavite. No, the Moldavite's doing the work. The Moldavite's doing the magic. It's helping you. It's creating this energy that needs to be released within you. But if you don't see it, if you don't feel it, how the heck are you going to ever get rid of it? So in this book, it's going to teach you how to see all the things that are little signs within your body, with the pains, the flushes, the vibration, the feeling in your hands, all of those things that happen to you, the pain in your eyes a lot of you get, and so on. I try and break it all down and explain to you. Today's a great day anyway, guys, because I'd like to talk to you about something that I find really fascinating. However, it is one which I'll be really going deep into when the Lighthouse membership comes out, because I can only scratch the surface here, because people will get so angry with me because they'll say, how dare you say that? But I do care that I don't upset people, but also, how do you shed light on certain things that causes issue to help other people? So if you've got that issue, I can't help you at that given moment because you never realized what it was that made you as you are. So now that you are as you are, and if I say whatever I say now, let me get to it. You'll get it in a minute. You may get angry with me and say, but you know, hey, it isn't my fault. I'm only sharing with you what I've experienced and understand about life in all these years. So, is it true that how a person is in their physical body, is it true that how they felt in their life and behaved brought them to that very moment? I believe that when we are ill, or when we are a physical disability, you know, if we've got, let's say for instance, arthritis, let's say we've got dementia, let's say we've got issues with our eyes, let's say we have an issue with our throat, or we have a weak heart, all of those things at this moment, if you've got any issues within your body which is causing you pain and suffering, I believe that that occurred because of how you've lived your life, how you've behaved, and how you have acted in many different ways, how you have received from other people, how you've held on to pain and suffering. So you would say to me, I'm going to give you a for instance, okay, and you're not going to like this, I can tell you this now, this is probably going to get you upset, but please bear with me and try and understand, this is not something that I want to share with you to point fingers and say anything awful, it just is what it is, okay? I noticed that a lot of my clients who were coming to me over the years, I noticed a certain feature about these clients, and what it was I don't know if you've ever seen people who are their body in, like, most people are like this. A lot of us slump like this. The slump energy is because we've got a lot of weight on our shoulders. So if we slump and go like that, it's because we've got a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings, a lot of work issues, a lot of people who are dumping on us. So we're like this. A lot of people who are light-hearted, who don't feel issue too much, who let it go and have a happy life, normally are more comfortable in this position. It's normally they're like this. So that's one observation, but there are certain people who are like this, and what I noticed about this energy is that they tend to hold on to the past. They tend to hold on, and they are bitter of what has happened to them. I'll give you a for instance. I knew one lady who was very much like that, and I noticed when I was reading for her that she was holding on to the times that she was very famous in life. She was extremely famous, but the problem is her fame died, as it does everybody. You can't be famous forever. You can't stay at that level all the time. Even if you did, it's never, there's always somebody else going to be the next famous person in whatever field they're in, right? But she held on to this energy that she wanted to be famous for the rest of her life, and she looked like I'm looking now. Can you see my face? Can you see how it's screwing up? So she was angry that everybody was becoming more famous than her, and she would spend hours upon hours looking on social media, looking at the television, and getting angry because she was better than everybody else at what she did, and why are they on TV and why am I not on TV? And what I noticed is that she was bearing a grudge. She was holding a grudge for everybody. She was angry with life. She was angry with everything, and thus she came forward with her anger and her back, and she held all of that, and her back was pushed like that because of this anger. And so I'm not saying everybody has that. Let me just stress this, right? Because I'm hearing this now. Some people are going to start saying, bullshit, Mark, that's not true. Not everybody's like that. I've got a grandma who, when you get older, these things happen, and she's lovely and she's never... Yes, I'm not saying it's 100% accurate to everybody, because life isn't like that. But I'm saying I saw a pattern. Okay, that's all I'm saying. There was a pattern I saw of many people coming with that energy. Now, there's other energies as well, where people are frustrated with life at what they see people doing, okay? And they get angry with things that are happening, and they're pointing fingers at everybody, saying all these things, and then their fingers get like this. And almost to the point where they can't use their fingers properly. And sometimes I saw a pattern in that as well. So people were very judgmental against others, and they weren't bad, they were just pointing out other people's faults, and it was affecting their hands. So I noticed many things like this. So I'll give you another for instance. Okay, I personally spent many years as a child growing up being abused by a father, and I took that energy and it went into my stomach. And from as when I remember the first moment I had my first attack, stomach attack, which is now not known to be called IBS. I had my first attack when I was outside my sister's church called the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saint. I used to play basketball there, and I came out and I was waiting for the bus, and that was my first attack. So I must have only been 9-10 years old, and then from then on I had this horrendous stomach pain, and I realized it was from the pain and suffering of what my dad used to do to me and the family. And I grew to fear and worry all the time. My sensitivity, my fear, my worry about other people, it all sits in my stomach. So as I got older and older, and I remember the first time I realized I couldn't continue life anymore is when I had a hairdressing salon called The Edge, and Sam dropped a pair of scissors on the floor, and when them scissors hit the floor, I realized I got an attack again. And I looked at myself when I was heading off to the hospital at that moment because my attacks were severe. I realized this is not the way I should live, and I need to change my life. So from that moment, I sold the hairdressing salon, got a mobile home, and traveled to the coast of France and up to Italy, and changed my life completely. And I realized that was the first point of my life I needed to change my life, because my health was causing great stress to my life, and I couldn't live a normal life because of this. I came to a point where I knew I had to change, and I think that was the start of many events that brought me to Mijas Pueblo, and to change my life and to become more open in learning how to meditate, learn how to let go of fear, learn how to say I'm sorry to myself, learn how to forgive my father, learn to forgive other people, and realize that the world of spirituality, which isn't religion, it's about learning how to live an earthly life in love, kindness, and to forgive everybody, and realize that nobody's really going to hurt you, or nobody's trying to hurt you. It's all a lesson to become stronger. And also that when people say bad things to you, it's never really personal, it's about them. So spirituality shows us the bigger picture and teaches us how to heal. Now, the question is this. I was 38 years old when I had a corroded back. I couldn't live properly. I also, and that's another thing, if you take other people's issues and problems, it goes to your lower back, mid-lower back. And funnily enough, the last retreat I did in Bali a few months ago, there's a lovely healer there, and when we'd all finished, we called a healer in, because he's a lovely Balinese healer. He's a beautiful man, really happy and smiley. We were all sat, and a lot of people were leaving, but somebody had called him to have some healing. And when he came into the retreat, he couldn't walk properly. And I actually mentioned it to a lot of the people there. I think I mentioned it to them, or maybe I mentioned it to a group earlier on, that says a lot of healers become very ill because they hold on to the suffering of other people and the pain and the energy that they clear. And you often see shamans not being able to walk properly because it affects their lower back and their kidneys, and sometimes their liver, that section round there. And surely I saw, wow, he's become ill. He can't even walk properly. So we have to learn how to heal ourselves from the pain and suffering of others and what we digest. It's not always their fault. When somebody's angry and bitter, it's just as much our responsibility to say no and not allow that to affect us. But I think the message today, after all of this gobbledygook, is that we have to realize that we have to take responsibility for our life. And like I said, at 38 years old, is it possible that I could have healed myself from such a painful issue, which was irritable bowel syndrome and severe irritable bowel? It's like it's always going to be there for the rest of my life, right? No. So can you change your body if you have illness? Can you change your hands? Can you change your body's shape and all that? I don't know, but I tell you what, I changed my life and I don't have irritable bowel syndrome anymore. My back, my corroded back, my issue in my back's gone. So I would say, yes, you can. You might say, no, I can't. And if you say, no, you can't, maybe you're saying, no, I can't change the way I am. Therefore, I am what I am. So I'm saying, no, you're not. And I believe we can heal all illnesses, all the functions of our body which we perceive as oh, this is not good, that's no, but I've seen people transform their body in so many ways, so I know it can be done. I don't know whether you believe that or not, but all I can tell you is that my life changed and I am healthy and I am fit till this day. I don't know about tomorrow, but if tomorrow comes and there's an illness in me, I would first of all look and say, why is this happening? If I find there's an issue on my body or inside I feel strange, I would ask why. Where's this coming from? The first thing I would ask is, what is happening in my life? Could something be happening in my life? Am I picking up feelings or thoughts or negative energy of other people? Am I digesting other things in my surroundings? Am I eating something that is wrong? I would ask all of those questions to the cause of my body, because my body is a temple that alerts me when anything's wrong. It tells me, hey Mark, there's a problem here. So I'm not going, oh, I'm ill. I go, okay, what do I need to resolve there? Because there's something happening that my body's saying, hey Mark, there's a problem here. Let's get it sorted. And you see, most people don't, they ignore the messages, the signs, the beautiful body temple screaming at them saying, hey, there's an issue here, Mark, get it sorted. And normally say, oh no, we'll leave it, it'll get better. And 9 times out of 10, the body does get better. And the body's amazing. But sometimes the body needs help. And I think that part of the body help is your spiritual self saying, hey, Mark, look, it's not just about what you're eating. This is about a spiritual part of your life. It's about stress. It's about what's going on in your environment. It's what's happening with your brother, your sister, your lover. You need to resolve certain things. Stop holding on to these things, because whatever you're doing, Mark, this is causing an issue here now. So you need to get rid of this block. So I look at my body temple now as, whenever I feel something happening in my body, I'm alerted to, right, what's going on. And I you know, I love and respect my body now. And yes, okay, I'm 51 years old, but 51 years young, but the rest of my life I didn't have time to look at it. And I guess if you're 18 watching this, if you're 20, 30, 50, 90, so what? Maybe today's a good time to start and ask yourself, what is it my body's saying? What does my body look? Am I happy with this? Is this working? Is that, do I need to do, is this something? And then, okay, now this hurts a little bit. What do I need to do with that? What could this be? Now, by doing that and doing it in a balanced way, balance, don't go cuckoo and start going on to Google and trying to find out. No, this is more about spiritual awareness. This is about your awareness. Don't go to other people for help me with this, help me with that. Help yourself. Look at yourself. Ask yourself what's wrong with you. Become your own doctor. Become your own spiritual advisor. Listen to yourself, because there's nobody knows your body more than you. Nobody. No doctor, no spiritual healer. You know your body best. And over the years that I've healed people and said, you know, there's an issue here in your body, you don't think you already know. Of course you know. You're the first one to know. Who knows your body more than you? You feel more than anybody. So I think if you become your own scanner of your body, your own x-ray, if you feel your body, and the best way to do that is being in stillness, sitting down, relaxing and feeling your body and listening, because your body will alert you at the right moment. But it's very difficult for your body to heal and alert when you're in your mind and you're thinking and worrying and about all the problems and issues. So again, I think ultimately we need to learn to find our stillness, and in the stillness you find your answers. And I guess that's it today, guys. I really didn't know what I was going to talk about today, but I hope some of this meant something to you on this lovely Christmas day. Once again, thank you for joining me over these 300 and some years. Is it 56? I don't know. I didn't go to school, as you all know. I didn't study that much, but there you go. Anyway, in all the days, there's no such thing as time and space anyway. Okay, have a great day, guys. Love you all. Thank you so much for subscribing to Mark Bayeski YouTube channel. Thank you for all your lovely messages. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for shining. And I hope today's message has helped you a little bit. Please don't be upset with me if you do have a kind of issue with your body. Maybe today's a good day to start working on it and make yourself balanced, strong and healthy and feel great. I'm often correcting myself when I sit like this. I often correct myself and try and sit like this, but you know, it's a work in motion, because that's what we are. We work every day till the moment we go home. So and I think that's a beautiful thing. Our bodies, our cells keep regenerating every day, so there's no reason at all why we can't go from illness to health. And that's my message today. You are healthy, you are fit, and that's all that you say to yourself, because by saying you are fit and healthy, you will become what you think and feel. And say it, I am healthy, and work on your body, look after it, go for walks, drink plenty of fresh, clean, uncontaminated water. That's an amazing cleanser for your body, and it will restructure your whole body. Sometimes you have to pay a little bit of money for good clean water, but it's worth it, trust me. If you're going to spend money on anything, find water which is really clean and healthy. Keep away from sugars, guys, any sugars at all. Give yourself 3 weeks, 4 weeks, just give yourself a few weeks, clear sugar out of your system. I'm telling you, your life changes instantly, because sugar is pretty much evil towards our body. It really is. It suppresses everything and causes a lot of illness in our body, and illness feeds with sugar. Natural sugar is okay in my opinion. People will disagree, but everything in balance. I think Mother Nature gives us everything to heal us. So go for your sugars with natural sugars, as in fruit. Fruit always gives us that, you know, quick fix that we need, a date or something like that. Some anyway, you know how it is. And spend a lot of time in nature. It will rebalance you as well. Okay, 22 minutes, there you go. Do you know why I did this? You know why I spent longer? Because some of you out there need a little bit of a loving chat, because sometimes we think that Christmas is very sad, and it isn't sad. It's just another day, guys. It really is. Let it pass. It's just another day. It is for me. Christmas it means nothing. It's just another day, and it's just another word. Today's a beautiful day. Let's make tomorrow a beautiful day, and the following day. I love you all. I really do. Take care. Bye, guys. Thank you.